You know you need boundaries. You know it in your bones. You feel it every time you say yes when you mean no. Every time you apologize for existing. Every time you shrink to make someone else comfortable. So here's the contradiction that breaks everyone's brain. You know boundaries protect you, and setting them feels like a threat to your survival. Both are true. And today, we're going to figure out why and what to do about it. I'm Christina Perry, and this is Smile Sessions. For the past 4 episodes, we've been deep in the nervous system, triggers, capacity, regulation. And here's what I keep hearing from you. I get it intellectually, but how do I actually do it? Boundaries are where the rubber meets the road. They're not about confrontation. They're about protection. Today, I'm giving you the exact framework that makes boundaries feel possible, even when they feel terrifying. Let's close this series strong. Do you remember when we talked about in episode 4 that your triggers are capacity signals? Well, boundaries are capacity protection. And here's why that feels dangerous. If you grew up in an environment where having needs got you in trouble, abandoned, or punished, your nervous system learned survival means not having boundaries. So, when you try to set one now, your body screams danger, abandonment, rejection. Even though you're safe now, even though you're an adult, your body doesn't know that yet. The fear isn't wrong, it's outdated. Your nervous system is doing exactly what we trained it to do. It's protecting you from a threat that doesn't exist anymore. That fear, it's information, not instruction. Quick check-in. Where in your life are boundaries leaking right now? Your time? Your energy? Your body? Your emotional labor? Where do you keep saying yes and then resenting it? Just notice. That's step 1. Boundaries aren't one thing. There are 3 types, and you need all of them. Let me break it down. Type 1, physical boundaries. These are the easiest to understand, hardest to enforce if you weren't allowed to have them. For example, I don't want to be touched right now, or I need my door closed when I'm working, and I can't stay late tonight. Physical boundaries protect your space, time, and your body. Type number 2, emotional boundaries. These are about what you take on and what you don't. Some examples are, I can't be your only support person right now. I'm not available to discuss this today. I need to process this before I respond. Emotional boundaries protect your capacity. And type 3, internal boundaries. These are the ones nobody talks about, the boundaries you set with yourself. Some examples are, I won't check my phone first thing in the morning. I won't say yes before I check my calendar. I won't spiral into self-criticism when I make a mistake. Internal boundaries are where your relationship with yourself changes. You set a boundary, you feel relief for about 30 seconds. Then the guilt hits hard. Maybe I was too harsh. They're going to be upset. I should have just said yes. And then you either apologize and retract, or you white knuckle through the guilt and feel terrible for days. Here's what's happening. Your nervous system is recalibrating. For years, maybe even decades, you overrode your own needs to stay safe or connected. That created a pattern. When you break that pattern, your body panics. It thinks, if I don't people please, I'll be abandoned. The guilt isn't evidence that you did something wrong. It's evidence that you're changing. Guilt after boundaries is growing pains. When guilt shows up, try this. I feel guilty. and I can hold this feeling without undoing my boundaries. The feeling passes, the boundary stays. That's the practice. Okay, let's get tactical. Here are scripts that actually work, organized by situation. Script number 1, the soft no. For when you want to decline without explanation. I can't take that on right now, but thank you for thinking of me. That doesn't work for me, but I hope you find someone who can help. No justification, no over-explaining, just no. Script 2, the pause. For when you need time before responding. I need to check my schedule before I can commit. Let me think about that and get back to you. I can't give you an answer right now. The pause is the boundary. Script number 3, the redirect, for when someone pushes past your boundary. I hear you, and my answer is still no. I've already told you what I need. Please respect that. This conversation is over. You don't owe endless explanations. And script 4, the repair. For when you slip up, and you will, you can use, I said yes earlier, and I need to change that to no. Or, I realize I overcommitted. I need to pull back. Repair is allowed. Boundaries can be reset. Let's be honest, some people will not like your boundaries. The people who benefited from you having none, they're going to be upset. The people who relied on your overfunctioning, they'll push back. The people who wanted unlimited access to you, they're going to guilt trip you. This isn't a sign of doing it wrong. It's a sign your boundaries are real. People who are upset by your boundaries are people who are benefiting from you not having any. That's not your problem to solve. That's theirs. When someone pushes back, try this. I understand this is hard for you, and this is what I need. You can have compassion for their discomfort without undoing your boundary. Both can be true. Let's look at where we've been. In episode 1, we named it. We talked about what it means to be human in a world that demands perfection. In episode 2, we mapped the nervous system. We learned that our reactions aren't character flaws, they're biology. And in episode 3, we explored rest, real rest, the kind that actually restores instead of just distracts. In episode 4, we dove into triggers. We learned their capacity signals, not weakness. And today, boundaries. The practice of protecting what you've worked so hard to build. This series wasn't about fixing you. You were never broken. It was about understanding yourself, about working with your nervous system instead of against it, about building capacity instead of just pushing through. You've been doing the work. Even listening to this is work. And now, returning the page. The next series of Smile Sessions is about something I think we're all hungry for: happiness. Not toxic positivity, not good vibes only. Real, grounded, sustainable happiness. And here's what I've learned. You can't build happiness on an unsafe foundation. That's why we did this work first. Nervous system safety comes before happiness. The next episode, we're starting a brand new journey. We'll explore what actually makes us happy and why we keep getting it wrong. We're going to look at the science of joy, the habits that actually work, and how to build a life that feels good, not just looks good on paper. I can't wait to go there with you. Before we end this series, I want to say something directly to you. If you've been listening, if you've been trying, if you've been showing up for yourself, even imperfectly, you're doing something brave. Nervous system work is invisible work. No one gives you a trophy for regulating instead of exploding. No one sees the boundaries you set in your own mind. But I see you. And more importantly, you see yourself now. That's not nothing. That's everything. Thank you for trusting me with this journey. Thank you for doing the work. I'm Christina Perry, and this has been another session for your soul. I will see you in the next chapter.